The Truth Trump Doesn't Want You to Know. Written by Guy Smith. Narrated by Doug Greene. Fear, lies, and magic tricks. Fear is a powerful motivator, and it can cause even the smartest people to make dumb decisions. If someone tells you that you're in danger and they can stop it, you're going to stop and at least listen to what they have to say. If someone can scare enough people, then it motivates them to do anything that will eliminate the perceived threat. It can even convince them to act against their own self-interest, and this is a tactic that Donald Trump used early in his election and continues to use today. Trump knows that if people are more afraid of outsiders, or even people in their own community, then they're less likely to look closely at what he's doing and question if his motives are true. People want to be safe, so they will go to great lengths to believe that they are, even if it means listening to a narcissist that conned his way into the presidency. We all remember the tragedy of 9/11, which spurred fear of extremists that caused the U.S. to waste trillions of dollars as well as thousands of lives to end up invading the wrong country. This squandered people and resources, and it is what allowed a safe harbor to develop for many of the terrorists we have today. Voluntarily, we've decided that rights to privacy are less important than our pursuit of this justice, which allowed the government to begin monitoring our personal communications. Due to fear caused by 9/11, we allowed our government to torture and lock people up for years without a trial. This wasn't just against our own collective morals, but the Geneva Conventions, and even our own Constitution. Many leaders before have used fear. Donald Trump is not some new master manipulator. He's using one of the oldest tricks in the books to get people to act according to his plan. Fear, and not facts, will convince people of just about anything. It allowed him to sell people on the though to erecting a wall, which was never completed or funded as he said it would be. He bred fear of people who were trying to feed their families and doing jobs we didn't want to do ourselves. Donald Trump has used fear to ban entire religions and countries from the U.S., to deny shelter for those seeking a better life, and to convince us that health insurance will lead down a slippery slope to socialism. In 2020, he uses fear to try to convince people that there is so much violent crime that it's essential we allow unmonitored police action as well as unrestricted access to guns. All of these would usually scream a red flag that made it clear it's against our common interests, but when it's put through the veil of fear, it seems reasonable at the time. Fear has convinced many in the U.S. that the world outside of our country is trying to destroy us using, quote, horrible trade deals. Trump has painted it as a war on our way of life. You'll find that Donald Trump's use of fear is as old as time, and it's woven through many of the tactics he doesn't want you to look at. Fear goes perfectly with a few magic tricks, in this case, the distractions that Trump gives you to concentrate on. Donald Trump is constantly trying to divert your attention. This common tactic may seem like it should be transparent to adults, but when used properly, distractions can be a powerful tool. During the Trump-Russian investigation on March 4, 2017, Trump used this to take away heat from the fire and direct it at Obama. He claimed that Obama had tapped his phones prior to the election, and people wanted to look into it. When something bad happens for Trump, he's going to change the subject. He feeds the public juicy tidbits that aren't usually true, just to distract from what he's done wrong or trying to cover up. When suspicion falls on him, Trump brushes it off onto someone else as quickly as he can, even if he has to lie to do it. Rarely does he think about who he's hurting, and it's even less likely that he cares. Trump knows that he cannot maintain power if people blame him for what he does or questions if it's in their best interest, so he'll go to great lengths to cover his motives. The New York Times even stated that Trump spouted falsehoods and lies for the first 40 days of his presidency. 40 days of lies. He hasn't continued spouting anything but lies in a streak like that, but his lying hasn't actually stopped. How could a president
Sample complete. Ready to continue?